Let's see how this one goes. And we are underway in this fight. Astral Cookie immediately ricocheting off the wedge of Toasted Cocoa Beans. Box rushed by both robots in this fight, meeting in the middle and almost flipped over. Toasted Cocoa Beans doing a very good job of just using that wedge as a battering ram, trying to do all they can to try and flip Astral Cookie over, as we've seen has been very detrimental to them in the past, but now almost on the screws and flipped over again. Astral Cookie trying to do all they can with their blade, but right now Toasted Cocoa Beans seem to be in control.
They certainly are. Wedge versus horizontal, as I mentioned earlier. We have Wedge pushing into the corner. Astral Cookie almost lifted up on top of the screws. That would be really funny if they just got stuck up there. That would be just silly.
Astral Cookie so far getting bullied in this fight. They haven't been flipped over like we've seen be the end of all their fights so far, other than their win. But right now they're getting out-controlled by Toasted Cocoa Beans. Good little shot there by Astral Cookie. Just raking across. Good shot to the wheel as well of Astral Cookie. Toasted Cocoa Beans doing a very good job staying in control, but Astral Cookie fighting back as best they can as they are starting to rack up the aggression points with those repeated shots with that white chocolate blade. But now both bots kind of circling around. Astral Cookie continuing to just deflect off of the wedge on Toasted Cocoa Beans, trying to do a little spin attack there to try and rip it off. That was cool. But yet again, almost flipped over. Whenever they go really fast into that wedge, they almost teeter on their wheel. But they've managed to stay in their wheel so far in this fight. Could that change as this fight continues on?
I don't know. We've certainly seen some crazy things happen here on DuckBots. Astral Cookie still failing to get a wedge loosening shot on Toasted Cocoa Beans. Toasted Cocoa Beans being very controlling. Nice pin there. The chocolate's beating the cookie, guys.
Toasted Cocoa Beans so far doing a very good job of staying in control of this match. It's a very simple robot, Tombstone with a wedge, but it is mighty effective. And as I'm saying that, Astral Cookie flipped onto their heads, and they are not moving in the corner. Toasted Cocoa Beans executing this fight to perfection, keeping Astral Cookie at bay, and getting the knockout win against Astral Cookie. Toasted Cocoa Beans putting on a show in this one. Wow, who would have thought Toasted Cocoa Beans takes it to Astral Cookie in this fight?
Certainly not me, although it is a wedge versus a horizontal once again. I think a lot of people would have expected it just looking at the weapon types on these robots. But certainly, the Toasted Cocoa Beans, it got a second win. Can you possibly imagine?
2 wins on the season for TCB. That's going to bring them to 2-2. Very good bracket chance for that robot. But Astral Cookie, 1-3. Similar scenario to Dark Matter. It's going to take a miracle, but it's possible.